We are continuing to learn more about what comes next for the Chatfield chinchilla farmer Dan Moulton. As we told you last night, he is now unable to sell his chinchillas to distributors and research labs. Our Noah Kaplan has been digging deeper on the story. And Noah, you spoke to Rochester's Animal Control Center and the State Board of Animal Health. What can be done for these animals?
That's right, Tom. Well, as of right now, nothing can really be done. Moulton still owns these animals. He simply can no longer sell them. So the fate of hundreds of chinchillas at this moment is still unknown.
Mr. Moulton still possesses around 700 to 800 chinchillas in an old chicken shed in his backyard in Fillmore County.
On Wednesday, we spoke with PETA and with Dan Moulton himself to discuss next steps for his Chatfield chinchilla farm. According to PETA, Moulton has three options.
He is reduced to selling them essentially to individuals as companions. He could kill them and skin them and try to sell their pelts and their fur.
Or the third option, give them up.
So that humane organizations can come in, give them the veterinary care that they most likely need, and find good homes.
Handing between 700 and 800 chinchillas to humane organizations. Lisa Kelley of Rochester Animal Control can think of one similar example.
Several years back, we had a hoarding situation with over 100 guinea pigs, and we did call in rescues from up in the cities to help rehome those animals.
She says Rochester will help out if they are asked and if there is an investigation.
If another jurisdiction asks for mutual aid, then we would consider being involved in that situation. Well, if he was neglecting the animals that he has to a point, law enforcement agency could go in and record that, and then the animals could possibly be seized, but he is the owner of the animals, so he has the right to do with them at this point what he wants.
The USDA revoked Moulton's license to sell, and although his farm was deemed unfit via a federal ruling, he still has ownership over these chinchillas. We reached out to the USDA asking why they did not seize the animals. We left 4 voicemails and 2 emails with no response. Then we reached out to the state, who said animal welfare situations are delegated to local law enforcement.
And when we do get reports of cruelty or we are become aware of animal welfare or neglect issues, we notify local law enforcement agencies to respond to those. The local law enforcement agency knows what's going on in their backyard. We rely on them to have the ideas of what's happening in their jurisdiction.
So, we then reached out to the Fillmore County Sheriff's Office and did not hear back as well. So for now, the future of these chinchillas rests with Moulton himself.
The USDA had the opportunity to seize animals who were being neglected in violation of federal law, and they chose not to.
Now, Moulton has not indicated what he will do with his chinchillas, as yesterday he alluded to the fact that he was still weighing his legal options. According to his words, if he appeals this federal ruling, he will be able to sell throughout the appeals process. Back to you.
We'll wait and see what happens. Thank you, Noah. Native